All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Here with Andrew Fillipponi for tonight's show. We're going to go out to the phone lines right now. We got Joe out in Washington. How you doing, Joe?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, guys. I think the Steelers are, Tampa Bay is picking up San Antonio. What's his name?
Antonio Brown.
Yeah, Brown. They're picking him up just to hold him away from New Orleans and Seattle.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the call, Joe. Yeah, they got Antonio Brown, and we were just talking about Pony thinks they're the best team in the NFL. We'll see. Maybe we'll see a Steelers.
Who do you think's number one, Richie? You're just keeping your mouth shut.
Look,
you're not weighing in here.
No,
you're allowed to give your 2 cents.
Okay, I still think Kansas City's the best team in the NFL. I think the best team in the NFL is Kansas City. I think the Steelers are in the top 3. I like Seattle as well, but I don't know. I mean, the Kansas City offense just really scares me. They got so many weapons, and they can do so much, and I think Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback, and then they added Le'Veon Bell. So that's who my money is on. I don't know if adding Antonio Brown, he potentially could still be the best wide receiver in the NFL, but it's still Antonio Brown. If he doesn't get his catches, we've seen time and time again what can happen, and he could potentially destroy a team.
But I'm with Arians. I'm with Arians on this. If he doesn't behave, they cut him. I mean, it's not like there's a huge cap hit. It's a $1 million deal. The Steelers are paying their long snapper more than what the Buccaneers are giving Antonio Brown, which is crazy, which goes to show you damage control and how much money this guy has lost and how much his reputation has suffered. But when they put Mike Evans, Chris Godwin from Penn State, Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette all on the field at the same time, you tell me who you would stop, Richie. I mean, that's as good as an offense as I've ever seen in terms of players on paper in my entire life. Those names.
There's no question that's a pretty good offense. And when you look at it, maybe the best offense in the NFL. Yeah, and Tom Brady's not washed up, that's for sure. You know, they're just finding their way right now, and maybe you're right by the end of the year. They lost a couple games, but, you know, this is all new. A new offense, new quarterback, new everything right now. So we'll see. I think you're on the right track. I don't disagree with you that Tampa's up there, but I kind of want to favor Kansas City right now. Let's go out to Jen and Evan.
Well, let's see. Okay, hey, Ken.
Jen.
Yes, this
Jen.
is Jen. You guys have been talking about the Steelers feeling disrespected. Well, that's the way you treated Robert Spillane last week. You hit on him both days that Tony was there. I was very disappointed on the way you guys treated him.
Okay.
What do you want us to say about him? You want us to say that he played like an all-pro? He made a good hit on Derrick Henry. He did a good job last week.
That's really it. I mean, I was talking to Charlie Batch, who pointed out a couple of mistakes he made. I saw a couple of mistakes. Yeah, he had a huge hit on one of the best running backs in the NFL. Knocked him out of the game, but he's a tough guy. I want to see how he matches up and covers tight ends. That's going to be a problem. He's not Devin Bush. This is the biggest loss. I mean, I'm not trying to diss the guy, but he's an undrafted free agent.
Right, exactly.
He's not a high pedigree.
I mean, who are we allowed to come on. I mean, who are we allowed to have questions about? I get it, they're 6-0, but even listen to the way they talk about the way they play. Do Cam Hayward and TJ Watt, do those guys sound like they're doing cartwheels and backflips and popping champagne? Richie, they almost sounded like they lost when they talked to you guys on the Zoom call after the win. I thought that was going overboard, but still, there's obviously room for improvement. I got to be honest with you. I'm scared that Roethlisberger fell into bad habits at the end of the first half of the game. He was so good, Richie, it's like for the first 5 games, he was on a great diet. He was eating broccoli, he was drinking his water, he wasn't eating any junk food. And then I figured it looked like the end of the first half, I had done such a good job. Let me just sneak one dessert here. That Hail Mary, that deep pass, I thought that set him down a bad path. I thought he had a terrible second half of the game, and I hope that it doesn't carry over. I don't think it will, but I am nervous. All of a sudden, the gunslinger came back. He came out of the tunnel for the second half, and he looked like he was in an old Western. He looked like he was at the OK Corral again, looking like Doc Holliday.
I did not get that pass at the end of the first half. I didn't get it. I mean, You threw it up. You definitely had 3 points there. I didn't get that one. And I thought he was staring down Juju too much, forcing balls a little bit in the second half. But let's see what happens this week. I do still think he's composed, and, he looks like a different quarterback out there for me. All right, let's go out to Waylon out in Washington. How you doing, Waylon?
Hey, Waylon.
Hey, guys. So we're doing good tonight.
Hey.
Just briefly, the way the Steelers are playing is fantastic. In my opinion, I'm just enjoying the season. It's just that they do a lot of the underneath stuff, and it seems to be working. And I don't know if it's good or bad. They don't throw the ball more than 20 yards down the field anymore. It's 4, 5, 6 yard passes. And, is that the way of the NFL?
Richie.
Thanks a lot, Waylon. I like the sweeps, too. Matt Canada could be MVP of this team so far this year.
Well, I think Baltimore's got the corners where they're going to press right up on these guys. And I would dare Roethlisberger, throws over 20 yards on Sunday. He did it twice. They were both interceptions. So, I would, with Humphrey, Peters, Jimmy Smith, they've got the corners to tell the Steelers, all right, Ben, your arm's feeling better. You had surgery. Cut it loose. Beat us over the top. That's what I would. I'm Baltimore. I'm Wink Martindale, their defensive coordinator. That's what I do. Because Ben's been doing, like the caller said, like Waylon said, everything's pretty much been underneath, and it's worked, and he's taken what the defense gives him, which is smart. But Baltimore's had 2 weeks to get ready for this game, Richie. If they don't adjust and dare Ben to go downfield, I will be very surprised in this game.
Tomlin said something interesting today. He never really gives away anything, but he did say that every week they have a guy that they identify to be the receiver that they're going to target. We knew they do that, but Tomlin never really gives it away. So who do you think that receiver would be this week? Claypool?
No. I can't say that because Malcolm Butler took him out of the last game. So, I'm not saying that it's going to be deja vu and he's going to have one catch and it's a kind of a pop play where he fumbles it. This is a really good question, Richie. I wouldn't be surprised if Ebron's their most targeted guy in this game, to be honest with you. That would not surprise me.
All right, we got to go to our Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the night. And this is from a former Raven player, Chris Wormley. Look, the NFL sent out a tweet today and only one. Here we go, Steelers, and he just retweeted saying just one. All right, more phone calls, some of your tweets, more analysis for Pony coming up next. Stay right there.